There was a problem regarding case number 3 and 5, but we are told that they are now here. I think they're just bringing them up now.
3 and 5 are here. Who is not here, according to you?
I think case number 2 will be the one who is not here. But once they've come up, we'll see who's here and who's not here. Looks like they're all here.
Yes, Mr. Madoy, then let's start.
There's a baptism, the Gare Gininda.
Yes, Mr. Minister.
Thank you, my lord. My lord, I was wondering if we cannot be afforded just some few minutes to find out what the problem was before we commence with the
Now you
trial.
can consult, no problem.
Yes, it is a
May I address
Hello?
May I address the court?
Yes, yes, sir.
My lord, in respect of accused number 2,
Yeah.
he actually raises a complaint about Mr. Mlaudzi.
Who is Mr. Mlaudzi?
Mr. Mlaudzi is the one who's transporting accused number 2 to the prison.
Is that so? What is the complaint?
This morning, he handcuffed accused number 2 from his hands, and when accused number 2 informed him that he's not a sentenced prisoner, he's an awaiting prisoner, he said no, because he's fighting in court. So that's the reason why he had to handcuff him in his hands. So He told him that he was not participating in the fight yesterday, but he insisted. So therefore he requested that he should be replaced with another person who can transport him to prison if he's going to develop this attitude towards him.
So he doesn't want to be handcuffed because he says he's not a sentenced prisoner. What is the criterion for handcuffing a person?
My Lord, if they are using the iron legs,
Hello?
if they are using the iron legs, I believe there must be a distinction between a sentenced prisoner and awaiting trialist in terms of handcuffing.
Is your client on bail, sir?
My Lord?
Is he on bail in other
No,
words?
he's in custody.
Did he apply for bail?
He did, then it was refused.
It was refused.
Yeah.
So according to you, because he's not sentenced, therefore he's not liable to be handcuffed. What about
Yes.
safety and security considerations? They don't come into play.
My Lord, the only aspect that is relevant is the accusation of the official towards the accused, because it arises from what happened yesterday. It's not a normal cause of bringing the accused before court.
Is that all, sir?
That's all, man.
Mr. Baloi, what's your view?
As a court, please, my lord, we haven't spoken to Sergeant Lauzi as yet regarding this issue, but as the court pointed out, safety is of paramount importance. If Sergeant Lauzi has identified a reason that would necessitate the accused being handcuffed, obviously he would have then taken those measures. But we want to point out, my lord, that safety is of paramount importance. And I don't think Sergeant Lauzi would have just willy-nilly decided to handcuff accused number 2.
And the choice, alleged choice of an accused person saying, I don't want this Judge Mokhachi.
Yes.
I want to be tried by Nelson Mandela.
Yeah. Well, my lord, I don't think the
Well,
it's for the accused.
I'm saying it figuratively because according to Mr. Mgomezulu, his client says Mr. Mlauzi must be replaced by some other warder.
Well, my lord, Sergeant Lauzi has been helping to transport the accused for the better part of a year and half, and he cannot just be replaced like that, my lord, at the whim of an accused person.
We all are aware that the Department of Correctional Services is a different department from the Department of Justice, and also it's a different department from the judiciary. I don't have the authority to determine how the prisoners should be, so-called prisoners or awaiting trial persons, should be transported from their places of incarceration to court. Neither am I also seized with the authority to determine how the Department of Correctional Services should enforce their safety precautions and how also they conduct what one would term the decorum of this court, having regard to what happened yesterday. It's obvious there must have been a meeting of some sort because, and I'm not prejudging anything, in the news I heard a statement being issued by the Commissioner of Correctional Services. Consequently, I'm not going to make any comment except that if counsels for all the accused can engage with the Department of Correctional Services, maybe that is the apt way of resolving this issue. And the court should not be seized with administrative issues which have no bearing to the actual court proceedings, because that's what I'm seized with, that these court proceedings should proceed in an orderly fashion. But security priorities, I think counsel or the accused can take that up with the Commissioner of Police or with the senior warder who represents the Commissioner of Police amongst the warders there. Okay. I'll leave it at that.
Mnumzana uNtanzi bekhulunywa ngawe ke la ukuthi kunesicelo ke sokuthi oqala ke ukuthi uSergeant Mlawuzi uye wakufaka uzankosi ezandleni ngoba ke ekhuluma ngesehlakalo ke senzeke izolo wase uyacela ke futhi wena ukuthi akashintshwe uhanjiswe omunye umuntu inkantolo ithi awunayo inawo ke lawo magunya lawo ukuthi ke uhanjiswa kanjani kwenziwani ke ngoba inkantolo ithi ke khona ke naloko kwenzekile izolo ibonile nasendabeni uCommissioner wase-Correctional Service ekhipha ke i-statement manje ke inkantolo ayingeke ke iqhambukele la engafanele ukuthi ke iqhambukele khona ukuthi ke uhanjiswa kanjani kwenziwani kwena inkantolo ayingeke ingene lapho manje ke inkantolo ayingeke ithathe isinqumo lapho abameli benu yibona kuzofanele bakhulumisane nalabo ke abaphethe ke abanihambisayo bakhulumisane baxoxe kodwa inkantolo ke izozwa kulokho hayi ukuthi kube inkantolo ethatha leso sinqumo.
Okay, Mr. Leroy.
My lord, it seems as if accused number 5 needs to talk to you.
And number 3.
Accused number 5 seems to be indicating that he needs to talk to you.
Yes, yes.
And number 3.
Thank you, my lord. There's a point that accused number 3 wishes to bring to the attention of the court, my lord, with regard to how he's actually been cuffed. He says he's feeling very uncomfortable. So I am saying to him that I would request an indulgence from the court so that he personally bring that attention to that point to the attention of the court.
What about the cuffs? Are they too tight?
He can show them to the court, so that the court can make its own judgment on whether they are too tight or not.
Where's the warder who's in charge of it? Looking after accused number 3, is it?
I'm not, I don't know them, I don't know who's in charge of the accused number 3.
Is that you, sir? Just attend to the cuffs there, and as you normally do.
My lord, accused number 5 is also complaining about the same situation because accused 1 and 2 are not cuffed in the same way that they are cuffed. So he's saying he's feeling very uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's the gentleman who will attend to all those queries. Sorry, what's wrong now, sir? You
I
what?
don't feel well.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Which is, I can't hear properly when I'm cuffed as I'm seated, my lord.
You hear with your hands, in other words.
Ngabe uzwa ngesandla yini? Even if I don't hear with my hands, my lord, but if I can just be free as I'm seated.
I'm not going to make an order to that effect. You heard what I said. Is that not so?
Akukho ke engizokusho ubusukuzwile engikushilo ngaphambilini.
Okay. You can discuss that with your attorney or advocate, and your advocate can discuss it with the Commissioner of Police. Because I don't know the safety and security measures the Commissioner of Police takes after people have fought in court. I don't know. So that's why I can't get involved in making an order about you not hearing when you are cuffed.
Uzokhuluma nommeli wakho uzokhuluma ke nosojele ngoba ke angazi ke manje ukuthi iziphi ke indlela ke eyikhishiwe noma isinqumo esithathiwe emuva kokuthi ke abantu kuliwe ke enkantolo. Uzokhuluma nommeli wakho yena ke abesekhuluma ke nabo ke abaphethe ezasemajele.
Okay.